Hello amazing viewers, good day to you all. Welcome to my channel. So there is actually something called opposition, and the opposition matters all of a sudden to the APC administration. I saw on the pages of the Sahara Reporters where the presidency is calling on opposition to unite, support the president in the whole brouhaha that is going on, simply because Kwankwaso backed TINUBU up in the whole Christian killing and the threat made by the US president. In all of these, the APC Tinubu-led administration seem to forget that they also did the same thing to Jonathan, moving straight up to the US to file a petition against Jonathan. Over then they agreed that it was Christian killing. And here we are today having these people turning deaf ears to the plight of Nigerians. My biggest problem is the fact that the government has failed to acknowledge that we have a problem. Because if they had acknowledged that there was a problem from the onset, I'm sure they would have done everything possible to solve the problem, not minding whose odds will be God at the end of the day. They have never acknowledged the fact. You can imagine where somebody will come out and tell you, insecurity has reduced. Meanwhile, what is staring at us right at our faces is completely different from what they are trying to tell us. So they actually know that there is opposition. I don't even view Kwankwaso as opposition, or that one in business, because that he has always been a transactional politician to me. I just await to see if Peter Obi, Nasiru, El-Rufai, what's his name, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, if these individuals will want to weigh in on what is going on. Tinubu, at this point in time, should carry this cross. He should do the needful. If he was so vocal during the time of Jonathan, he should be vocal now, much more vocal now, because he's there on the seat and the disgrace is hitting him the way it is hitting us. In fact, now him much more. Why? Because he was at the forefront of all this during the time of Jonathan. Denying this thing will not change the fact that something is going on and needs to be attended to. And it's appalling to see that there are some clergymen who treat this thing as being trivial. It shocked me, sir, they hear a clergy, they thought say, Christians are being killed every day. It's nothing new. Like they don't kill Christians since. It's nothing new. So in other words, human life means nothing. I keep saying this thing. Whether it's a Muslim or a Christian that is being killed, life matters. It's the negligence and the nonchalant display of the government of the day for me. Like, oh, that's not no thing. After all, people go die. So, make we carry them anyhow. APC, Tinubu-led administration, no go kill me with laugh. They have turned this country into a joke. All of a sudden, they want unity. I'm going to read what the media reported. But before I get to do that, let me first of all show us the video of, it says the General Overseer of, is it Guiding Light Assembly or whatsoever. It's my first time hearing of it. Talking about the whole genocidal, thing in Nigeria.
For 40 years that I have been a Christian, there have been killings in southern Kaduna, killings on the plateau. There have been riots. Sometimes, I think it was in France, an image of Prophet Muhammad was defaced. Who remembers that? And as a result of that, there were killings of Christians in Nigeria. And so it's nothing new. It doesn't amount to genocide. The way the West are talking about it, it's as if a Christian steps on the street, his head will be blown off. And I'm trying to understand this sudden love for Christians. Is it because we now have one of the largest refineries in the world and no longer have to ship raw materials abroad and bring the finished products? Or is it because of the 21st century minerals that we now have in our earth that they use to generate nuclear power for electric vehicles? Are those the reasons that our friends are threatening to invade our country to defend and protect Nigerian Christians? Selah.
In all honesty, this statement don't sit well with me. Because the US have seen these resources right from the word go. Mind you, it is our leaders that always even seek validation from these Western nations to start with. They were the first people that rushed to the same US during the time of the Jonathan. So how come right now they are all acting dumb? I really do not find this statement palatable. Christians are being killed every other day. Is not new. It's not as if the Christians, the moment they walk on the road, there is a gun to their head. But there is a killing the moment the Christians are in their homes sleeping. Some nonsense element creep into their communities and kill them. Do they have to walk on the road before they get killed? This same thing is happening also, affecting also Muslims. That people can no longer go to their farms. Even the Christians can no longer go to their farms. I find it like, okay, it's not a big deal. People die every day. We might as well look at it from that light. There is so much that we really expect from some clergymen. If the government had done the needful, I'm sure it wouldn't have gotten to this point. It's nothing new. People, Christians they've been killing Christians for the past 40 years. So for that reason, should we allow it to continue? And mind you, this is not something like all of a sudden there is love for Nigeria. The US that they talk about, they don't get their own refinery. Don't they have? If it's about the resource now today, they don't say the resource is there. The government that knows that we have the resources, how well have they used it? Other nations with resources, haven't they used it to develop their nations? There are certain kind of statements that I expect should come out from some clergymen. With this, I don't find it palatable. I am disappointed, in my opinion. How many times have they called the leaders to say, no, this thing don't need to happen? Christians don't necessarily need to walk on the road, or even Muslims don't necessarily need to walk on the road before they should be killed. For goodness sakes. For goodness sakes. What is this platform and this congregation supposed to be used for? The killing is a big deal. People will be in their houses, and all of a sudden, some people will just invade their environment, and then the next thing is killing. What you cause her, you don't know. And then you say, oh, all of a sudden for the love. No. It is not the first time that Trump is talking about it. In 2018, did Trump not talk about it with the then former president, now late, Muhammadu Buhari, about this whole thing? So what action did they take? The action was to go and start a rehabilitation and re-radicalization program and then bring the people back into the society. Oh God rest the soul of the poor soldiers that did actually try to fight this thing. Their fight just go in vain. Them money being spent, these people now, they bring them into the force. Tell me where it is being heard of. Even in African nations, how many African nations have we heard that they sit and have meeting with terrorists? Now only in Nigeria here. It is not the first time Trump is talking about it. So perhaps since it don't escalate now, it is time for the action. Hence the whole talk to invade. Instead of these people to tell the government to do what they are doing, what they are supposed to do to end insecurity, we are hearing different talk. It's not a new thing for the past 40 years. So should we allow it to continue? That is the question. Since it's not a new thing, should it be allowed to continue? Use the platform and tell the government the truth. They should come and do the needful. Shame just they catch me like this. Shame they catch me. Shame they seriously catch me like this on behalf of some of these, clergymen. God abego. Is this not showing support to the government that has shown high level of incompetence? That's exactly what you're trying to do. Now you make they go here up and down here. They look for who they talk about, how to Nigeria is a sovereign nation, how they must stop Trump from invading. Instead of doing the needful, now you are seeking for opposition assistance. I hear say Peter Obi go say talk anything on top this matter, or even Atiku Abubakar. I go follow blast them. I'm going to read what Sahara reporters, I reported to this effect about the presidency calling for unity and backing of TINUBU with this whole genocide and invasion by the US. The president Bola Tinubu-led administration has lauded former Kano State Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso after he criticized United States President Donald Trump's controversial remarks threatening possible military action in Nigeria over alleged persecution of Christians. In a show of bipartisan alignment, the presidency, through its special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, backed Kwankwaso for his patriotism and urged other opposition leaders to rise above partisanship and defend the country's sovereignty in the face of what it described as external provocation. Onanuga, responding via his official X handle, wrote, "Thank you, Senator Kwankwaso, for your patriotism. This is a time for all political leaders across the divide to unite behind our country and speak out as patriots." His comments came shortly after Kwankwaso issued a strongly worded statement condemning Trump's latest decision to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, a label the former U.S. president said was linked to alleged genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Kwankwaso, the 2023 presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, warned that Trump's rhetoric could inflame religious division and worsen insecurity. In his statement posted on X, the former governor wrote, "I have noted with increasing concern the heightened pronouncements on Nigeria by President Donald Trump. This follows his designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It is important to emphasize that our country is a sovereign nation whose people face different threats from outlaws across the country. The insecurity we face does not distinguish based on religious, ethnic, or political beliefs. The United States should assist the Nigerian authorities with better cutting-edge technology to tackle these problems rather than posing a threat." Now, you can visit the Saharas for further reading on these, but this is what prompted Bayo Onanuga, to come and call on the opposition to, throw support for Tinubu. Again, I ask, which opposition? The same opposition that we find the Tinubu administration trying to intimidate. You hear news of ADC office attacked, ADC members as they are holding meeting, some thugs invaded the place. The same opposition has been alleged that they are paying people to go destabilize. That's the opposition you are calling. If any political party pull out for this matter, it say the government of the day, there is no such thing as genocide. We have to come after those political parties. what they should be doing, if at all they want to get themselves involved in all this, is to tell the government to go and tackle insecurity. Okay, do they want the Muslims to come out also? If the Muslims will come out and protest and say, oh, we are also being killed, maybe that will prompt the government to do the needful and understand that what Nigerians are after is for killing to stop, the terrorists to be killed. Then please, the Muslim faithful, please let them help us and also do so. Then let everywhere scatter with protest, so that maybe by then the government will understand the core essence of this whole cry. Because I know, say, there are so many Muslims not in support of this. They know this is not a religious war. And right now, they are also feeling it. Some people from God knows where, whether they are Nigerians or not Nigerians, or they were somehow they were imported, I don't know. They are seriously wreaking havoc, and they've been wreaking havoc for over a decade now. And then the government feel it's all okay. See them moving freely, entering different states. So Nigerians should just keep calm and allow them to achieve their goal. The essence of this thing, if the government of Nigeria gets sense, now to know, say, just kill those terrorists. Kill their sponsors. Everywhere go they come. We no go hear all this nonsense. If it's because of the resources, please, there should be a strict law whatsoever against exploration. So I do not understand how these people are looking at this thing from a different light and trying to, they are the ones even trying to instigate the so-called religious war. They are the ones. Christians know they talk calm so that there will be a fight against the Muslims. No. The core thing is the people causing the problem. I don't know what they worry this government to. I don't know what is wrong with this government. If I will follow and blast Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, any opposition we go stay in support of this whole thing, the core should be do the needful. This opposition, have they not been shouting about insecurity since? How long have they been talking about it? Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, ADC, and even the Labour Party, how long have they been talking about it? What you see is insult from Bayo Onanuga and the rest. Today, they are calling for this thing. Opposition won't allow me to breathe. Won't turn Nigeria upside down. They are calling for opposition. Kwankwaso can go ahead because I don't even view him as opposition. That one, I anywhere belle face. If APC offer him any lucrative something today, he's going to move. He has always been, I've always perceived him to be transactional. So I know they look in face. What a shame. A big shame. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. Thank you for the immense support. God bless you richly. Do enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys in my other videos.